In the heart of the Cold War, the Soviet Union believed it could match the United States simply by copying its machines. If they could capture American technology, they thought, they could reverse engineer it, reproduce it, and close the gap. But what Soviet engineers soon discovered was far more unsettling. They weren't just facing advanced hardware. They were facing a system of thinking they couldn't replicate, a technology that looked simple on the outside, but was impossible to truly understand. Throughout the Cold War, the Soviets managed to obtain fragments of American technology through espionage, recovered equipment, and intelligence operations. Radar components, electronics, communication systems, sometimes even entire devices. On paper, it looked like a victory. Soviet engineers now had access to American hardware. They could touch it, measure it, and take it apart. But as the analysis began, optimism quickly turned into confusion. American systems didn't behave like Soviet ones. Circuits were organized differently. Components were modular, standardized, and designed to work together across platforms. To Soviet engineers, this was deeply frustrating. They were trained to copy physical objects, not integrated systems. They could replicate individual parts, but the system as a whole refused to function the same way. The Soviet approach focused on brute force engineering, bigger engines, thicker armor, stronger materials. But American technology emphasized efficiency, redundancy, and adaptability. Software mattered as much as hardware. Interfaces mattered, testing mattered, documentation mattered. Without the full development process, captured technology was little more than a puzzle with missing pieces. This is where the real problem emerged. American engineers were encouraged to experiment, fail, and innovate. Soviet engineers worked under rigid hierarchy and political pressure. Mistakes were punished, not analyzed. Innovation required approval. By the time a design was finalized, American technology had already moved forward. The USSR did try to copy American designs. Some versions looked similar on the surface, but internally they were inferior. Reliability issues appeared. Maintenance was harder. Performance was inconsistent. What the Soviets copied was the shape, not the philosophy behind it. This failure had massive consequences. It slowed development, it drained resources, it created uncertainty within the Soviet military. Meanwhile, the United States continued to innovate faster, not because it had better materials, but because it had a better system for turning ideas into reality. In the end, the Cold War wasn't just a competition of weapons. It was a competition of minds. The Soviets captured American technology, but they never captured what truly mattered. Freedom to think, freedom to test, freedom to fail. And that difference changed the course of history.